Pilates. We're gonna go up, and then on your exhale, we're gonna bring it down. And we'll start, we'll start with a down dog where you walk your heels towards the floor. Walk your heels towards the floor. So it's a right and a left motion. And you're pressing your hips back. Now we're gonna lift both heels and lower, and then lift both heels and lower. You should feel like your feet are waking up. Your calves are waking up. And then lower your heels and hold for 5. And then shift your weight to a plank, and you can go to your forearms when you're in your plank, but you're shifting your weight so that your hips are lower. You're parallel to the floor. Hold. Good. You might tuck your pubic bone under a little bit, Miss Karen, just the tiniest bit. Inhale. Lower the hips. Excuse me, Sphinx or Swan. Wherever you need to be. We're going to open up the back so you feel like your upper back is getting a stretch. Hold. Nice job. Lower your torso, lift up both legs. Now lower your legs and lift up your torso, and then let your hands push you higher. Now lower the torso and then lift up both legs. Inhale, lift your torso. Now this is for posture. Your whole back body, we're gonna keep going. Lift up your legs. Good, hello, welcome. We're doing some swans where the upper body goes up, the upper body goes down, and then the legs both lift up and the legs go down. And just continue. You're going to dictate your height on all of these. Up. But we're waking up that entire back body. Now we're going to hold this, either a sphinx where the forearms are on the floor or a swan. So hold 10, breathe 2, good, that looks great, probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower. Now once you're here, we're going to take our hands beside the hips and lift up your torso. This is for your upper back. And if you want to lift up your toes, you can, your knees, and lift and breathe. 10. Good. This is building strength in the back body, that part of us that often can get rounded forward if we don't intervene, but we're intervening. We're strengthening the back body. We're opening the front side. Breathe in. Make sure your neck is in line with your thoracic spine. You shouldn't feel like it's cranked high. There's probably a little chin tuck here. Now relax for a moment. This time the hands can go at the lumbar spine. You can rest one on the other, or if you can, encourage more flexibility. Palms together, interlace fingers, lift up your back, lift up your toes. Inhale. Lift up with each inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, try 5 more counts. 6. Inhale. Now push back to a child's pose or a down dog, your choice of recovery poses. And then shift your weight down to a plank, or excuse me, to the floor, pelvis down. And this is going to be a breaststroke movement, so big arm circles. We want to encourage scapular mobility, so make those circles as big as you can. It's sort of like you're swimming laps, but you can make it a bigger circle. Slow it down if you want. Breathe in. Now, if you'd like to add on, flutter kick your legs at the same time to work the hamstrings and the glutes. Lift your torso. 4, 3, 2, and one more. And again, child's pose or down dog. You can choose your recovery pose of choice. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now you can step or jump up to your hands. We're going to drop the tush. Carefully roll down. We're going to do another exercise for the spine and the posture muscles to get an extension. So you're curling one vertebra at a time, up into bridge, lumbar, and thoracic. And then you're lowering down. So if you feel any tightness while you're doing this, this is a great chance to segment, articulate the spine. There's a saying, you're as young as your spine. So when you do bridge, you'll push the lumbar spine down and then you'll peel the lumbar spine up. And again, curl. One more, and then you're going to hold it. So with your hips in the air, you establish that they're even. You feel like your glutes and hamstrings are working. You have a little space underneath your neck so you don't feel crammed in the neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Nice. Now we're going to take a happy baby with the hands going to the feet and pull the knees down on either side. You can even add a little right and left rock. You should feel some hamstrings and lumbar spine. Nice. We're going to take one set of the crisscross, which if you would like a backup plan, you can also do another set of bridges. We're going to take 20 of these crisscrosses, rotation, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, good, 18, 19, and then 20. Now lower your head down and take your feet a little further away in a longer bridge. Now your toes don't have to touch the floor on this. You're going to activate, lift up your hips. You're going to activate your hamstrings and glutes 10 times in this longer open knee angle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you're going to hold it like we did before. So 10, 5, 2, recover. Now a full body stretch for a moment. Move your ankles, move your toes. Now barely bend the knees. So you have a soft knee, let's say an inch or so. Lift up your hips, down and up. Still working the hamstrings and glutes. We're working the hamstrings with the different knee angle. The back body is so important to activate. It can sometimes get an amnesia in the glutes after long periods of sitting. So we're working different angles. Try to feel like you're symmetrical. Both legs are pushing equally. Also lower your body. Don't let gravity plop your hips down. So take 3 more. You lift and you lower. You're never just dropping into the ground. So hold it for 10. Feel those hamstrings. Woo! 5, 2, and then let go. Full body stretch at first. Roll through your ankles and your hands and your toes. Now lift up one leg, and you're going to feel like it's in a hamstring stretch. I want to offer that if you would like to take Utthita Padangusthasana, you're going to lift your left leg, you're going to hold onto your right toes, and you're in an ab crunch. If you need to do something else, let's say you have osteo, you can just do the leg and the leg up and leave the flexion of the spine out, and then switch. Now you're in a hamstring stretch. One leg can be off the ground about 6 inches. One leg can be up in the air. You're in a spinal flexion if you'd like, which means for most of us the shoulder blades are just barely off the ground. Good, there's a chin tuck, so you're probably looking down at those toes that are closer to the floor. Breathe in and relax. Now both legs go up. We're going to take a small scissor. So right now I'm showing a modification for the hamstrings. I've got a little knee bend. The ribs are down and I can feel my abs stabilizing this lumbopelvic stability area. If you would like to make it harder, you can come up and take 16 of these single straight leg stretches and 8 more. And 2 more, and then recover. Now both feet down, take bridge, and this time lift your arms overhead. So you're in external rotation, the palms are facing the sky. 5, 4, you're opening up those hips that we just had in flexion. 3, 2, and then lower. We are going to sneak in a right ankle to left thigh stretch. This is a great hip opener, and we'll just act, it's more about mobility and getting some synovial fluid in there and introducing some movement in those ankles, toes, rock. Good. Feel all those deep hip external rotators. And then inhale. Try the other side, ankle to thigh, reach your hands through. I like to clasp the hand. If you have trouble reaching, you can either put a pillow under your head or put this further foot on the floor to help keep your hips in a stretch that works for you. Excuse me, put the foot on the wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on the 1, you can grab your thighs and use a little kick to come up. Grab a sip if you'd like. Great job. And we're going to go back and do a little bit more of that thoracic extension. So when you're back here, we're going to take a thoracic extension exercise that adds on the rear deltoid. It's really important for preventing rounded shoulders. All right, so when you're ready, you're going to have a little abdominal lift and then lift your arms. You can stay right here with your arms in this I position. Now lift the arms higher than your body. 10 repetitions, rear deltoid. You're also going to feel your scapula retract towards each other. Good, up. Now we're going to take a T position. So if this serves your shoulders, go into a T. If it does not serve your shoulders, modify by lowering the arms again, maybe towards the I position. Try 5 more. Try to fire both arms equally. Rear deltoids, a little scapular retractors. Now the arms are going to move like a Y. So here we go. Lift the arms higher than your body. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Recover, and let's windshield wipe to recover. Now the knees are very handy in our next position for bow. You're going to reach your right hand to your right foot or ankle if you can. If not, use the Dynaband to extend. Left hand to left ankle. If you cannot do that, just do one at a time. We'll do this 2 times. Here we go, up. Now I'm going to soften the neck. Make sure you're not cranking your neck up. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Recover for a moment, and if you only had 1 foot, now you're taking the other one. If you had 2, let's do it again. Here we go. Inhale. Inhales facilitate extension. Use that to your advantage. 10, 2, you don't have any tension in the neck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, child's pose or down dog. Your choice of a recovery pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shift back down to a forearm plank. Let's take it for 20, 2, 3. Energize your legs. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Good. And we'll do a recovery pose, Sphinx or Swan. Stretch out your back, stretch out your abs and hip flexors. Now, we're going to go to a side plank, so your elbow can be underneath you. I'm going to fold my mat a little bit so my arm has a little bit, my bone has a little bit more protection. Here we go, up. Good. Notice the hips aren't sagging. Notice I'm stretching out through my hands, both of them. The hand is flat on the mat here, hand is up. So we're opening up those muscles that tend to be in grip, and that's also nice on the nervous system to have that hand flat on the surface. Good. Feel how your abs are working here, head back. Now inhale, we're going to exhale, lower at the hip always, whenever just collapse at the shoulder. Hit the other side. And Stacking the feet is going to be a little harder or more challenge for balance. Staggering the feet is a little easier. Good. You want to feel like you've got awareness in that core. Stretch out the hand, stretch out the hand. Notice I'm not letting the head poke forward. We're always integrating the posture cues no matter which plane we're in. Good. We want the head to know, because we practice it in class, we want it to know where its place is here in line with the shoulder from the side view, so it easier corrects it when we're during our day. 5. So if you're looking down at your phone, your head will say, hey, I don't want to be here, and it'll pull back. 3, 2, in, lower. Good job. Nice job. Now this one, I want you to listen to your body. If you need to do a bound angle instead or a front plank instead, you can. I do want to offer a reverse plank for those of you that your shoulders tolerate it in a table or in a long levered position like this. So this is also called Purvottanasana. 10, 2, soft knees, 3, 4, good. 5, that's a good one, Karen. 6, 7, good, Michelle. 8, lift your hips if it's okay. 9, lower your hips. Let's take care of those hands for a moment. Interlace and massage. Let's say 3 to 5 circles each way. Palms together, separate. Feels so good. And notice your spine lifts too. Fingers down, your elbows long. Pull your fingers down. Oh, that feels so good. Let's do one for the ulnar nerve. Thumbs together. Also, this is good for neurology. So thumb and first finger touch. Flip your 3 fingers till they're underneath your jawbone and try to circle your eyes. Make goggles. 5, elbows lift. 4, also good for the ulnar nerve. 3, and stretching out those hands. 2, and 1. Really good. Let that go. Grab a sip. We're going to do a little bit more for the upper body here. Now, this one's good for posture and back strengthening. So I'm going to have us put our arms kind of like little triangles near the hands or near the temples. Lift up your right leg and lift up your torso. As you extend the torso there, you're going to add a rotation. Left shoulder is a little higher. Now lift up your left leg, lift up your torso, but let your right side rotate. So this is extension with rotation. Right leg is up, the torso's lifting, and also the left shoulder higher because you're rotating. And I'm moving slow here at first because I want to go through the cues. This is that posterior oblique chain, like when you walk or you do cross-country skiing. You can feel when you kayak. So left arm and right leg, or right shoulder, upper quadrant of that torso, and left hamstring. So pay attention. Is the hamstring lifting? Are the hips anchored? You're making sure not to rock. Good. Up, up. Your neck should feel easy. You're strengthening the muscles that help prevent forward head syndrome, but your neck should not feel like it's cranking head up. One more on each side. And either a child's pose or a down dog, whatever your recovery pose is. So that's really good for also, we're trying to always build bone density in the spine. And then come back down. Now, once you're on your belly, you can take, most of us can take our arms like a Y, but if you need a modification, lower the hands. So like Michelle, you might keep your arms a little lower. So now, right now my face is hovering above the floor. I'm going to lift the right arm and the left leg, and then the left arm and the right leg. The right arm and the left leg, and the left arm and the right leg. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. I'm going to take a look. Good. Right arm, left leg. Now, if you're feeling good here, all the limbs come off the floor, and you continue to do that right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Now we're going to add on a different breath. Inhale, inhale through the nose, and exhale, exhale through the nose. So, percussive. And recover. Now I'm going to offer a child's pose with the toes curling under this time. So the heels are straight up. We do need flexible feet. We do need those feet awake. We need them for flexibility, for the brain. come on up and take a sip. You're doing great. So I'm going to get my other water, and then we're going to do a hands and knees position. So if you know your knees are sensitive, you might go ahead and put a mat underneath your knees. We're just putting our weight on it though, so you just want a really comfortable mat. If your wrists are super sensitive, you can also just fold your knuckles here and put your knuckles underneath, or hold on to a beveled weight and your hands go beneath. But so basically what I'm saying, there's all sorts of modifications. Keep your back neutral and take your right arm and your left leg out without drooping in the spine or the head. Yeah, then lower. So the back's the same, and left arm, right leg. Now, just go slowly on these first ones so you have good feedback on form. We want to ingrain the right form, so stretch out the back leg. Good, everyone looks good. No one's drooping in their head. No one's drooping in their lumbar spine. If you would like to take this harder, all the toes, all 10 toes, all the shins, all 2 shins are off the floor. Right arm, left leg. Now you don't have the little toe help. Right arm, left leg. Good, and just pretend you've got fancy dishes on your back. You don't want to droop them. Or you've got a big bowl of sag paneer and you don't want it to spill. All right, now the next one is right arm, left leg. Pull your right elbow to your left knee. Touch it if you can. So you're in flexion. Extend, flexion, elbow to knee. Try to keep your right toes off the floor if you want that extra balance challenge. And you do. You want to fire the multifidus. You want to fire the transverse abdominals. 3 more. 2. You're working towards that even if you can't do it now. Now we've got the other hand and knee down. I like to re-regulate. Am I neutral? And then realign. Left elbow, right knee, stretch. And we don't see that back leg, so you want to feel, am I strengthening my knee? Am I lengthening my knee? Your spinal flexion adds the abs. That's what the abs do. They flex the spine, or the rectus abdominis at least. Good. 3 more. 2. And 1 more. And then relax. Now we're going to take a child's pose and pat the back. So what this does is open the triceps a little bit, the lats a little bit underneath that armpit. Lumbar flexion, of course. Come back to hands and knees. And if you'd like, try the right leg up. That may be all you do. Left arm may be up. Maybe you'll hold onto your foot and stretch. Look at how this opens the front side of the body. Look at your strengthening. Right hand is strong. Scapula is broad and wide. Push up, up, up. Good, and lower. Now you're neutral. You're going to lift up your right hand and your left foot. Now push, push, push. Your left hand strong on the floor. So your scapula feels broad on your back. Stable. Lift up that knee, lift up that knee. Keep floating up. Like a helium balloon is attached to your foot and your hand and it's pulling you up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab a step. Good job. If you would like a child's pose, take it. Nice job. Good job. I'm going to do a little lie back now. Pretend I'm with you and we're doing a partner drill. I'm on this side, I'm on this side, you're on this side of me. Our legs are going to go up. Now, I've got the hands beside the hips as a frame. Start lowering your legs a slight diagonal left. Heels can touch if you can maintain ribs connection to the mat. Slight to the right. Now, you're in control of how low you go. If your low back pops wildly off the floor and you can't stabilize, then you just go a little less. Better to have a smaller range of motion with that rib connection. All right, we're going to do 6. But if you can go big. 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1, and hug. Nice job. Now I'm going to have you bicycle your legs. Just this motion in the air, big range of motion. If you take the legs bicycle away from you further, you're going to feel more abdominal tone, like you have to keep your ribs down. You have to focus on that. Those of you that would like to add on, you can come up 5 times into a bicycle. Try not to throw one leg forward, so try to keep the bicycle movement even. Try not to throw your arms forward. You can even make it harder crossing your sternum. 2, one more. 1. Now a full body stretch. Shift through your body. And wonderful. We're going to take 30 seconds on each plank on this, just for an objectifiable number that we have in our mind. So forearm plank, we're going to do 30 seconds, and then we're going to go right into the side plank. So get ready, come up and hold 30. Good. It's nice to have some numbers that you know you can achieve. And a lot of times, you know, we do a minute. Today I'll just do 30, 30, 30. Good. You're already at 15, and you're already at 20. You're already at 25. Get ready. Now, if you need to break, you can, but I'd like to encourage you to flip to one side. 30. 5. 10. Good. Of course, listen to your body if you need to. 15. A way to modify would be to put a knee down or a foot down. 20. 25. 30. Now go to the other side. I have to turn my body or I can't see the clock. So 5. 10. Good. Stretch out through your hands. 15. 20. 25. Inhale. Exhale down, and 30. You did it great. Now I want to give us a few stretches. They also go along with posture. Open up your arms, add a rotation. Your hand can catch your knee. Your other hand can catch the floor. We know that upper back rotation flexibility is critical to preserve upper back posture. In other words, to not have us round forward. Imagine your inhale lengthens your spine towards the sky. So you have more space between the vertebra. Your intervertebral disc have more plumpness, more space. And your exhale might micro-rotate you. Now notice what this side feels like, but without judgment, go to the other side. Is one side tighter? And then let your focus, inhale. So your breathing has intention, your stretching has intention. And you notice it's not static. Usually the exhale will allow a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. 5, 4, 3. Inhale. And then face forward. Now we're going to go up and back. So this is one stretch called the, hello, good morning. This is one stretch called the rack. And I'm soft on my wrist. This is a posture stretch. Lift your heart. And then let go. Good job on that Pilates section. Grab a sip.